All right, here's interval notation, try number 2, part number 2. So this is 2.3. This is kind of a subset or an after part of the last 2.3. We're doing some more solving of inequalities, but now we're going to write our answer in what we call interval notation. Again, it's just another way that we can demonstrate where the answers are. So there are two options when we're doing interval notation. Our first option is we're going to call a parenthesis. This is a parenthesis. Okay, and we do parentheses when we talk about open circles. We then use brackets. Here again you see a bracket. We use brackets when we have closed circles. Okay. We are always going to use a parenthesis when we have infinity or negative infinity, and you'll see that as we draw. All right, so let's go ahead and solve some problems here. All right, so zooming in real close here to number 1. We have a number outside of our parentheses, which means we now need to distribute inside. So that gives us 4x plus 12 is greater than negative 24. Okay, we're going to minus 12 from both sides. That gives us 4x is greater than negative 36. And we're going to divide both sides by 4, which gives us x is greater than negative 9. Now we have not multiplied or divided by a negative, so we are good there. Let's go ahead and graph it. So I'm going to start wherever I would like negative 9. So I'm going to put negative 9 right here in the middle. That is an open circle. It is in the letter, symbol, number form. So I'm going to go ahead and shade in the direction that it's pointing. Okay, so the idea behind this is that we have an open circle. So our open circle is going to be right here. And nothing over here is graphed. So we are going to start with a parenthesis at negative 9. Now, as we continue along our graph, it's going to go on and on forever, right? That's what that arrow means. So with that going on and on forever, that's going towards infinity, to infinity and beyond. Okay, and once again, infinity will always get a parenthesis. Let's try another one. So once again, we have to distribute that negative 3 to everybody on the inside. So it gives me x minus 3x minus 6 is greater than 4. Combine our like terms, 1x minus 3x is going to be negative 2x minus 6 is greater than 4. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. That gives me negative 2x is greater, let's add 6, than 10. And finally, I'm going to divide by negative 2. Warning, warning, dividing by negative 2. Okay, so remember that means I got to flip my sign. So I've got x is now less than negative 5. All right, so let's go over here and graph it. So we're going to put negative 5 on my graph. We are once again in letter, symbol, number form. So we can just graph in the direction that's shading. So we have an open circle, and this time we are shading to the left. All right, so let's do our interval notation. Going from left to right, it's going to continue this way forever. So going in that direction is negative infinity. So I'm going to start off with negative infinity. Again, we're using a parenthesis, and I'm going all the way to negative 5. Negative 5 here is an open circle, so it's going to also get a parenthesis. 3 and 4 I'm not going to work out for you. Here's your answers. Go ahead and work them all by yourselves and check them out. You'll see here that we have closed circles, so with closed circles we get brackets. So make sure you double and triple check yourselves on those. Let's jump into 5. So 5, now we have x's on both sides, so we have to move 1. I'm going to add 2x to both sides. So that gets me 8x plus 1 is less than 9. Going to minus 1 to both sides, so that gets me 8x is less than 8. Divide both sides by 8. So my final answer is x is less than 1. All right, let's go over here and graph it. So I'm going to place 1 anywhere on my graph. I'm going to put it right there. This would be an open circle. We are also in letter, symbol, number form. So I'm shading in the direction that it's pointing. Once again, my arrow is over here at negative infinity. So I'm going to do my parentheses, negative infinity. And I'm going all the way towards 1. 1 is going to be an open circle, so I give you a parenthesis again. 6 I have completed for you, so take a moment, try and solve out 6. Make sure you get that answer. If at any point in time you don't get the same answer as me in any of these worked out problems, make sure you hit me up on the email and we can check out what we're doing wrong. All right, 3 more problems left. Here's 7. 7, once again, there's an invisible negative 1 here that we have to distribute to everybody on the inside. So that gets us 3 minus 2x plus 7 is less than or equal to 34 minus 6x. Okay, so I'm going to combine my like terms on this side first. 3 plus 7 is 10, so that gives me negative 2x plus 10 is less than or equal to 34 minus 6x. Now I need to get my x's together, so I'm going to add 6x to both sides. You could have also added 2x. That'll give me 4x plus 10 is less than or equal to 34. Going to minus 10 from both sides. So that gets me 4x is less than or equal to 24. Divide everybody by 4. Oh, look, there's already 4 there. So that gets me x is less than or equal to 6. We didn't multiply or divide by a negative, so we keep our sign. We are once again in letters, symbol, number form, so we are good there. Let's go ahead and graph it. I'm going to put my 6 all the way over here. You can put your 6 anywhere on your number line. This is a closed circle this time, so I'm going to fill that circle in and shade in the direction that it's pointing. Okay, we're starting over here at negative infinity, so I'm going to do my parentheses and negative infinity. We're going all the way up to 6. This time it's a bracket. So that means we can get all the way up to 6, and 6 is also included in that answer. Let's do our last 2 here. Looking at 9, all right, I got to distribute a negative 3. Be very careful with those negatives. You always want to include them. So I've got 5x minus 3x minus 18 is greater than or equal to 8. Oh, I got another negative 1 to distribute. Minus x plus 7. Let's combine our like terms here. 5 minus 3 is 2x minus 18 greater than or equal to 8 plus 7 is going to be 15 minus x. All right, I'm going to add x to both sides here. So that gets me 3x minus 18 is greater than or equal to 15. Add 18 to both sides, so that gets me 3x is greater than or equal to 33. Divide both sides by 3. So my final answer is going to be x is greater than or equal to 11. Find a spot on your number line you'd like to put your 11. It's going to be a closed circle. And I'm shading in the direction that it's pointing. We are in letter, symbol, number form here. All right, so as I'm going from left to right, the first thing I hit is that 11. The 11 is going to be a bracket and then an 11. And I'm going all the way over here to infinity. And infinity, of course, gets a parenthesis. All right, last one for this video. Big one here. So let's start off with distributing this negative 1 here. So that gets me negative 3x minus 3. And we're going to keep our negative 2x is greater than, distribute our negative 4, so that gets me negative 4x plus 8 minus 2. Okay, let's combine our like terms here. So I've got negative 3x and negative 2x, that's negative 5x minus 3 is greater than negative 4x. 8 minus 2 is 6. All right, let's add our 4x to both sides. So that gets me negative 1x minus 3 is greater than 6. Going to add 3 to both sides, so that gives me negative 1x is greater than 9. Divide both sides by negative 1. Ding, 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 ding. Don't forget we're dividing by a negative here, so I have to flip my sign, which means x is now less than negative 9. All right, let's go ahead and graph this. So I'm going to place my negative 9 anywhere on here. Let's do the middle. Open circle. Letter, symbol, number form, so we're going to shade in the direction that it's pointing. So we're starting over here at negative infinity. So that gets a parenthesis, negative infinity. And as I continue along my number line, I'm stopping here at 9, negative 9 that is. Now remember, open parenthesis means I can get all the way up to that negative 9, but negative 9 is not included. So that's going to get a parenthesis. All right, that is the general gist of the interval notation. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. If you want to Zoom, let's set up a time. Bye, guys.